Time can be the most important thing in our lives. In fact, sometimes you might need more time for work, sometimes more time for friends or family. So this video focuses on some time-saving hacks you can find in a Mercedes. So let's start at number 1. Now, starting at number 1, this refers to the Hey Mercedes voice assistant. So a few of you have seen this before in the videos where you can say, "Hey Mercedes,
how may I help you?
Navigate me home."
I will show you the way. Please proceed to the highlighted route.
And of course then it will navigate you home. Now you don't actually have to wait for it to say, "How can I help you?" So let me cancel this and show you again. So you can do it a little bit quicker each time. "Hey Mercedes, navigate me home."
Let's go.
All about those time-saving techniques. In fact, if you have this new multimedia system called NTG7, which is basically this portrait screen here, or even in the new A-Class in 2023, did you know that you can actually say direct commands to the system? So here's a few on the screen here that you can see. And these are called direct commands. So basically you say just that phrase on the screen there, and in fact there's quite a few of them. So you can even do things like navigating home, or even zooming in on the map and zooming out of the map. So let's give it a go. Zoom in on map.
All right.
Zoom out on map.
Okay.
Super quick. Now up next relates to the home screen. So did you know you can actually reorder the icons on your home screen, just saving that bit of time? So say for example you use media more than anything else, so like playing music off your phone. Find media on the screen, hold your finger on there, and then you can use the arrows left or right to move it. So I'm going to move this all the way over to the left hand side, just like that, and press the tick to confirm. So you can do this for all the icons on the home screen. Say maybe you were changing all the ambient lighting colours like this one here, hold your finger on that screen, and then just move him all the way across to wherever you want it to be. So you can do this for all of them, just put your preferred ones front and centre so that when you turn it on each day, your icons are there, ready to go. Now this next one relates to the favourites menu. So the favourites menu is actually located on the steering wheel with this little star here, and there's also a star in the middle down here. So you can save specific vehicle functions in there for like turning the alarm on and off, or even sat-nav favourites, and it's your own custom menu. So if we go to navigation, for example, once you've typed in the postcode, you'll obviously have this screen here. Notice there's a star there on the top right hand corner. If you tap on that one and then tap save as favourite, this will then save it in that favourites menu along with your home and work. And then once you've saved it, you can go into that favourites menu just by pressing the star on the steering wheel, and then you'll see those favourites that you've named there. So I've just renamed that to Mercedes-Benz here. So you can rename anything on that screen there, and that's a very quick time-saving technique to save you having to go to where to and sat-nav and typing in postcodes. Just save all of your favourites on the screen. Now for this next one, this one relates to a time-saving hack on the cruise control. So a few of you have seen this before with cruise control limiter. You can turn it on with the set buttons on the steering wheel, so it's nice and easy, and there's a cancel button and a resume button. But if you look really closely at that resume button, it's got two things on there. It says resume / and then a symbol, and that symbol relates to either speed limit assist or traffic sign assist found on modern Mercedes. So basically, as you're driving down the road, if you're lucky enough to have traffic sign assist, the second you go past a speed limit sign that's changed, so say you're on a road that says like 70 or something and then it drops down to 50, basically if you press this twice, you can get the car to copy the speed limit for the road to your cruise control, thus saving time. Now next up guys is basically speeding up how you type in postcodes and places on your sat-nav. So yes, you could use the wheel to type it in if you have a car with command, or use the touchscreen, but I've got a faster way. Basically load up Mercedes Me, load up your app, go to the bottom right hand corner where it searches for the car, and then look at the search for city or address. So literally go on here, type in where you want to go, so let's do London for example. Notice here right in the middle it says send to vehicle. Tap on that one, choose the car you want to send it to. So if I tap send, you ready? Instantly appears on the top. So if I tap on that one,
your route is being calculated.
away you go.
Please proceed to the highlighted route.
Now for those of you that use paddles, so that's these things behind the steering wheel here, of course these allow you to change gear manually. Admittedly you don't have to, as most Mercedes-Benz are automatic these days, but if you do have them and you do use them, you'll know that the left one goes down a gear and the right one goes up a gear. So what happens if you're cruising at like 70 miles an hour and you need to drop down to a lower gear to, you know, just slow the car down, or maybe you're going a slower speed and need to overtake someone? Well, all you do is hold to the left paddle and it will drop to the lowest gear possible based on your current speed. Now it won't cause any damage or anything like that, it won't let you put it into a gear that's going to cause damage. Just hold the left one and it'll drop down to the lowest gear, just saving you a little bit more time. Now for those of you that love to customize your instrument cluster, you can actually hold the back button and it will actually resort back to the kind of default setting. But with cars with NTG7, you can change that default setting. So say for example, I've got it on sport at the moment. If I hold the back button, that's going to go to the normal layout just like this. But what about if you want to change that kind of default preset? Well, you can. So if you go to the sport menu here, for example, if I leave it on that one, hold the OK button and you'll see set direct entry. And then you basically select yes. And then when you hold the back button from then onwards, so let's put it on something else like the navigation one, for example, hold the back button and then basically it will go to your preferred default thing that you've set on direct entry. And then guys, the final thing today is the search function. Now this is hidden in plain sight. It's literally at the top here. And I haven't seen any or heard anyone in the comment section who's used this, but literally if you go in here, this searches everything. Sat nav, your phone book, all sorts in the car. So it saves you even going into a menu and then going where to. Just literally type in what you want to do here. So if I type in the nearest town to where I am, that will search, and then literally it'll just all pop up on the left hand side and you don't even need to go into any other menu, you literally just use that. So that is definitely the quickest one in this list today. Now yes guys, so that concludes this week's video on the time-saving tips in your Mercedes. Now if you want to see any more tips and tricks, be sure to check out this video right here, as this one will take you to all of the other tips and tricks I've covered on Mercedes. Huge shout out to Sandown Mercedes as always, as they help provide access to all these awesome cars you see in the videos. Until next week, see you then.